Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Christian.
I'm Izzy. And I'm Alice.
And we're all a little
NeuroSpicy.
In this introductory episode, we're going to be going over the goals for the 5-part podcast series we're producing. We're going to introduce ourselves and give you all a glimpse of what you can expect going forward in this program.
We were tasked with, for our senior capstone, to look at the UN's global goals and come up with a piece of media that engages with one of those global goals. And we chose global goal number 3, which is health and wellness. And we specifically wanted to focus on neurodivergency, specifically late diagnosed or undiagnosed neurodivergency within college students. So if you don't know what neurodivergency is, it's basically when your brain's kind of wired a little bit different. Someone who's neurodivergent, their brain just does not process things the same way as someone who's not neurodivergent, which would be neurotypical. So this can encompass a lot of different neurological conditions. The main two that people talk about being autism spectrum disorder and ADHD, but it can also encompass things such as OCD and dyslexia. So for our podcast series, we're going to be doing some episodes specifically focusing on autism spectrum disorder and ADHD because it's what we have the most experience with. But if you are under a different part of the neurodivergent umbrella, please stick around. We can still offer some advice and some resources, especially towards the end of our series. Yeah, we're just going to be going over some things about being late diagnosed and undiagnosed neurodivergent students. So me personally, I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder when I was in middle school, and now I am, about to graduate college.
I am suspected of being ADHD. I do not have a diagnosis. I started to look into the symptoms and suspect when I was in college, and I am about to graduate in the summer.
I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety probably my second year of college, and a lot of my friends who have diagnosed ADHD, they've got it and they spot it.
Yeah, I felt that too. Every time I'd question my diagnosis, a friend of mine that is diagnosed will be like, no, you have it. And I'm like, great.
Thank you for that. So you want to talk a little bit about more what we're doing?
Yeah. So when we're looking at the UN Global Goal, health and wellness is a really, really broad topic. A lot of times when people think about health and wellness, they focus very much on the physical aspect of it. But our mental health is just as important. We are focusing very closely on the neurodivergency of it, but it should be noted that over 17% of the world's population have issues with mental health. At least 80% of them need help with these disorders, and some sort of support, and 30 to 50% of them do not have access to this type of support. And all of these statistics are coming from Global Mental Health, A Call to Action by Gil Revis and others. So our goal here is to not only share our experiences, but help give you guys some support and some resources that you can use that are much more easily accessible, and a way for you to look at those resources and utilize them.
Over the course of this series, we're going to be having a couple interviews with some people that have experiences helping neurodivergent people, especially within the college setting. And we're also just going to be kind of going over our own experiences, what has helped us, what we think could help others. We're also going to dive into the struggles of why diagnosis is kind of such a tricky topic, and why a lot of people don't get diagnosed until either much later or if at all, the pros and cons of that. And also, we'll be having a special baking episode where you get to watch 3 chaotic gremlins try to bake something. So, something to look forward to.
I am personally looking forward to this as resident baker. We'll see how these two hold up in the kitchen.
We won't. We hope you enjoyed this brief introduction to our podcast, and we look forward to getting to go on this journey with you guys, and we hope you enjoy the rest of our series.
But in the meantime, stay spicy.